Today we're going to dabble into the deep mystery of the Max Headrome incident and Eric Fournier, how he was chosen to be the main suspect. But there was not actually any proof to lead that Eric Fournier was involved in the Max Headrome hacking. So maybe it was another corporate because there was a female involved. On November 22nd, in 1987, the filming of Doctor Who was interrupted. Suddenly, a guy in a Max Headroom mask appears on the screen, start talking obscenities about a man named Chuck Swirsky, and he's from WGN, and someone had a grudge against WGN. That's what my theory is. So this guy started saying stuff like the guy's a freaking nerd and all that. So there was a little hostility towards Chuck Swirsky. Whoever he is, he was talked about in ways you shouldn't talk about someone. So this guy seemingly didn't like Chuck Swirsky or WGN, whatever, ever. Some people believe it was an angry ex-employee of WGN who had a beef against Chuck Swirsky. Whoever Chuck Swirsky is, he's probably still around. He used to do sportscasts. Now, I don't know much about him. So Eric Fournier was in the area of the hijacking at the time. The theory goes that Eric Fournier was in the area of the hijacking and somehow he was involved. As he used to wear weird masks and dress up in weird clothes and act off, like a little oddballish. So I guess you could suspect it was him because he's a bit of an oddball. Sadly, he passed away of alcoholism and internal bleeding, which was the sad part because he's gone now and he'll be sadly missed by his fans. They'll probably have a fan page for him to keep his spirit alive, which we should. And take a moment of silence. Earlier on, before the hijacking or the hacking incident in November 22nd, 1987 happened, a few earlier videos of Eric Fournier and Shay St. John were on, and he started panicking about being caught and saying they're going to get me and all that. So maybe he had a fear of being put in prison and that he didn't want to face prison time and that he was afraid because he had something going on. He was a musician and actor at the time. So that would definitely make him fear. That he would do such a thing to make him fear. But if you go and hack a broadcast system, it's a punishable fine. So technically, Eric Fournier, according to the legend, broke the law, but no one really knew that he broke the law. So there's not really any plausible cause to arrest him because he sadly passed away in 2010. So now he's a ghost. So if you're going to arrest someone, arrest his ghost. Because his ghost, I don't. It's, weirdly enough, some people believe the doubt that it was Eric Fournier. There was another few suspects called J and K, but whoever J and K were, they were never caught. But somehow people speculated J and K could be possible, as one of them wasn't very smart. I can't remember the whole thing, but I remember I was 11 when the Doctor Who went off and it went dark all of a sudden, and then suddenly this guy in a Max Headrome mask comes on the screen and starts shouting obscenities about a man named Chuck Swirsky. And then he dropped his pants, and there was a female hand with a fly swatter slapping his buttocks. So, whoever it was liked to expose his buttocks to the camera. So, this person likes to expose his bare buttocks to the camera, which is totally inappropriate. And it could be upsetting to children doing that because it's not socially appropriate. So this person had very poor social behavior, whoever it was, and didn't know how to act properly and didn't know how to behave in social settings. So was never taught how to behave in a social situation, which was sad because sadly enough, they could have been brought up right. But you never really know too much. The next theory I have of this mystery, and I'm going to get deep into it. Eric Fournier died, so how can he be caught? And further of all, he died in 2010. This incident happened November 22nd, 1987. And at the time, Eric Fournier was about 20 or 19 at the time. That's what people believed, because he was 42 in 2010 when he passed away. So that would make him in his 50s now because he was 42 then. So if you're 42 in 2010, you could be in your 50s now. I don't know what year he was born. They never mention that part. Maybe there's a profile on the internet about
John wanted to catch up. We're catching up at 2:30 this afternoon. John wanted to catch up. Yeah. So I said to him 2:30 this afternoon.
sorry, I got interrupted. I have neighbors, so don't worry. And there's my friends coming down, so I will have to let you go and dive deep into this mystery. So I think what happened was in November 22nd, 1987, there was a hacking incident in WGN station with a guy named Chuck Swirsky was mentioned in the incident, and obscenities were thrown and the B word was used. So that's all I can say here. But the female suspect who was slapping the buttocks was never caught. And who was she? A girlfriend? So this is what's gonna make you guys wonder. There was a female suspect and a few possible male suspects. Mostly it was male. But a guy to go on a station and dress up as Max Headrome, that was freaking hilarious. And some of the viewers found it funny. And a while ago, I remember they were talking about another incident where on a British station, the Wanker song came on, and people found that quite hilarious. And personally, I would have laughed my head off if I heard that, because the word wanker is a very rude word, and it means someone who's not worthy, or it could mean someone who's a jerk, which I can't say here because I'm on the public. Oops, I said it. I'm sorry. I meant, sir. So, when you look back to that incident, I don't know much about the Wanker song, but everyone found that freaking hilarious. It was funny. People were laughing about it. Probably it made a lot of fame. or the person made himself look like a schmuck because he had people laughing about the incident. So either it was a elaborate hoax or prank. So some people believe it was a hoax. It was an elaborate scheme to get away from things. I mean, seriously. Eric Fournier, why is he the suspect? A, because he's a musician and an actor. That could put him in the scene of the crime. A, he dresses up in weird masks. That could definitely make him the suspect. There are a few things about Eric Fournier that could put him on the scene of the crime. Eric Fournier, I hope his ghost appears to me, because I want to talk to his ghost. His ghost would be a very interesting ghost, Eric Fournier. That's the ghost I want to speak to through EVP, is Eric Fournier. And I hope he rests in peace. God bless his soul.